The buzzword is Japa.
Honestly speaking, right now with the rates, 50 million naira might not be enough.
Like, because if you have the money, you can travel tomorrow morning. There are countries that give you visa, even UK, that can give you visa in 5 days. You just need to provide the money to move, right? But in that rush, that is where a lot of people fall victims of a lot of people scamming them. If you travel with a freelance visa, which is one of the easiest you can get to fly in 24 hours or 72 hours, you have to go there and look for accommodation. You have to go there and start looking for a job in a land you don't know.
Allow UK, Canada, Australia, and
The rest.
There are many countries that are affordable. They have fantastic opportunities.
The search for greener pastures is making a lot of people japa. Now, a lot of people want to have better lives. They want to make more money. They want to escape this economic madness that is going on in this country. And Japa is not just something that started right now. It's been here for quite a while. But here on Straight to the Point, we're going to look deeper into this migration craze. I'm sorry I have to use that word because it seems like every Nigerian wants to leave for good reason. But then what are the effects of this decision that people are making to leave Nigeria? There's so much more to jackbarring than just you're getting up, packing your family and going to a strange country to start all over again. That's our conversation right here on Straight to the Point. Hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications because this conversation is going to be a very serious eye-opener. So, Arthur, I want to start with you. Let us talk about the effect of jackbuying on, let's start with our careers. I was just telling you about a friend of mine who's 48 years old who has been in the banking sector for 30 years. And all of a sudden, I'm hearing this man saying he wants to learn data analytics, cyber security, all because he wants to find a different career path so he's able to jackbuy with his family. And of course, it's been advertised. Everybody is advertising this new set of skills. But what is the effect of that on a person's career path and on what they are able to become when they actually jackbuy the jackbuy? You needed to take a breath for that.
Yeah, but I will have to use pidgin for this now.
I beg.
Na condition to make refugee bend. So, just like you said, you expect the person to go into the banking sector when they move over to where they go to, but is the opportunity there? Is the availability of those jobs there? Are you competing with the locals that are there? Preferential treatment will always go to the citizens, permanent residents, asylum seekers, before it even comes down to you that has a work permit. So, yes, you have a work permit, except it's a case whereby what we call critical skills. Okay, you're learning this, you have to learn this because you have to work in this part. We can't do without this, then yes. So, somehow, I really don't blame your friend. Yes, I'll really not blame him because it's the opportunity that presented themselves. The only down part to it is that he can't be long. He can't stay long in that job force. Age will tell on you. You understand? Sorry, uncle. I have an uncle that was he's a lawyer. He's been a lawyer up until I think quite popular. I don't know what to mention.
No problem.
Name. And he decided to move to Canada. And he had to start afresh.
As what?
In the same law, he had to do the whole schooling, this thing. By the time Uncle finished, he was like 50 something.
Was it worth it to Uncle?
I still want to go back home. So he still works.
Yeah.
He still works as an immigration lawyer over there in Canada. But now he had an opportunity to do something that was not law, but he didn't want to do it because it was not law. He eventually went with the one he wanted to do, and age-wise, it caught up with him. He's just more into consulting now than actual practicing. So for your friend that went from
being a
banker to if you actually get to check, the banking system is going more digital. So there's really not much change, but I get where you're coming from. As time goes on, as we age, obviously the brain reduces with intake.
I
So
want to
it's
still stay on
understandable.
you in this conversation because I would say to you personally, one of my reasons for not being so, I don't want to use the word interested. I want the jackpot, don't get me wrong. All right. But one of my greatest fears, I think that's the phrase, one of my greatest fears is starting all over again. One. And number two, it seems like the
Adjusting.
basic, yes, the jobs that are available to you, because as you dey school, you don't go work, you don't go shop, you go do something now. I do not like menial job. I have to look into the camera to say that. I don't like menial job. It's only when I'm cleaning my house. I don't feel clean another person's house. But you see, it's like when you jackpot in the process of transitioning through careers, you have to feed. And some of those jobs available are just the menial jobs. Is that the only way, or am I just seeing this from a myopic point of view? But can you just land at your landing, you're getting the job? Or do you really have to do this menial job? There's no other way?
There are some people that it's not everybody that is doing the menial job. Some people will tell you, I know fit clean person
I
bomb.
don't think
I know fit clean person house. I never
it's all
clean my
we're being
own
proud
finish.
though. Just, yeah.
I never clean my own finish na person own. So those ones will, for you to say that, of course you will have your money because
There's no other way.
there's no other way. You have to go there first. You get your accommodation. You will have to stabilize. And people going to those menial jobs are people that did not come in with enough money. And people that just, okay, work now, work. Make I do am. There are some people that will say, I came here to study. My parents sent me here to study.
That's what I'm gonna do.
In fact, some people, their parents will tell them, do not work. So those ones will focus on their studies, they will get their degree, and then they will go into the actual system of what they have studied.
But you need money for that.
They have parents that are sustaining them.
Not really.
Not really.
Not really. Yes, sometimes
They have
that.
parents that sustain
And I'll talk from personal experience.
Is it like say you jackpot go Rico come back and then you get
We try to be patriotic.
is it worth it? Is it worth it?
50-50, I'll be
Okay,
honest.
so okay.
50-50. Sometimes it's worth it when you get to look at it from the outside. You have these ideas in your head, what you want to do, the change you will impact and stuff. For some weird reason, it's like there's one black cloud that covers this country once you enter, and then everything just out. And you're now looking at yourself like, why did I
They
board
jazz
that
me.
plane?
My village people beat drum for me.
And the next thing you're looking for is way to go back. And maybe the resources that was there might not be there again. It might be difficult. Some might change plans and everything. Some will go and will never look back again.
It's the same question I get asked every time. People ask me, why the heck did you come back? At that time, it sounded like a very good idea.
It always sounds like a
It
good
sounded like a good idea. No, I'm wondering, what was wrong with me at that time?
Yeah. I don't regret. I don't have any regrets
I have no regrets.
coming back. It's been an amazing journey so far. Sometimes, though, systems are not the same in both, obviously, because I had opportunity to study at both in the UK, Northern Hemisphere, and an Australian school in South Africa. So two different systems, and I'm going back to Nigeria is a different system. And take for instance, let me just use the basic one everybody knows: timing. Be here at 4 o'clock.
Okay, so that was for me.
Oh, no.
This one is for me.
No.
Those people corners, say what you want to say. Don't jump through the corners. Talk to me directly.
Okay, so let's rephrase. I'll be at the office by 9 o'clock in the morning. And I don't want to come for our civil service, but the truth be told,
Yeah, true.
all my days outside, they'll rather come on time and maybe call in sick and then tell you, oh, just give me time, let me get myself together. But try go to our civil service on a Monday morning. And maybe you see them on Friday and they'll tell you, oh, come to the office by 9. And you're trying to keep to time. You get there by 8:30. I don't want to call which office it is, but there was one I went, and they said come by 9. I was there by 8:30. The cleaners are yet to come. So by 9:30, that was when the cleaners came and started cleaning. By 10 o'clock, that was when the semi Oga started coming. Oga himself came in by 11:30, and he was the main person meant to sign the document. I'm like, sorry, pardon my French. Fuck it. You're the one that needs me. I don't need you. When you need, call me and I'll come, and you give me a time. So timing is one thing, and then like I say, societal changes and the rest. But with back to what she said about study, because I know when my parents sent me out, it was all about study. They were like, don't worry. But now it's sometimes is where you have to come as a person. You build self-control, because my parents are not politicians. They really tried their best. They really did try. And now you're schooling, and then you have a bit of a peer pressure.
Yeah.
And now that peer pressure, you know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Now, okay, should I worry my parents for more money? But you know that
Who is going to give you money just to go hang out?
So that's where
You have to
those
do
many
the
jobs
work, yeah.
come in. They try to get this, to try to like this. So that's where self-control comes. Once you know, listen, I know where I'm coming from. For me, I saw mine as a prison yard. I'm like, dude, you're here to do time. Just do your, you're here to just do your studies. Pam, 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 pam.
Privileged kid.
Go.
Privileged kid. Because for a lot of people, when they see themselves outside, it's like, thank God.
Well, I was young then. I didn't really know much. I left the
Yeah.
country when I was 16, 17.
Oh, no.
So I didn't really know much. So by the time I was about finishing, I was pretty much like 24. So came back and everything working well. So if the reverse was the case, whereby I had left at 24 and
Yeah, you probably would have had more sense.
more sense.
Okay, so let's talk about the effect of Japa on families. Well, I really want to narrow it down to marriages. And let's be realistic, and this is coming to both of you. You will know a couple here. Of course, we're not in people's marriages, but they look decent. They look like they're okay. One year into wherever it is they go to, you start hearing stories. I don't want to marry again. I don't want to. You begin to hear stories, and of course, there are people who will blame the woman and all of that. What has Japa got on marriages and relationships that makes it as if there's village people that tend to mess up relationships once they Japa? What's going on here?
Okay, one bad effect that Japa has caused to marriages is that it soiled the marriage.
It solves it. Why?
Yes, marriages has broken because of it. Why? Because the Western world gives women power. The Western world gives women power. Okay, I have this couple, when they were here, this woman is submissive. Oh, yes, sir. Anything the man says, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. So she was supposed to be the
Men applicant.
dependent. No,
The
dependent.
dependent. Okay.
The man is the main
Main
applicant.
applicant,
So
okay.
they traveled with their children. So finally, when they traveled, she was working full time. The man was working part time.
That's right.
So she was getting more money than the man. So they were supposed to put funds together to complete this man's tuition fee. After some while, she refused. She told the man, I will not give you my money, work for your money. The man was like, why? He said, when we're in Nigeria, if I ask you for money, if I ask you, for example, 10,000 naira, you give me 4,000. But now the table have turned. This woman did not pay. She did not help the man. This man suffered. He had to do more than one jobs to be able to pay. So she misused her own power that the society gave her.
So it's almost as if that when women travel out of this country, it's like they kind of experience a culture shift where they
Yes.
have more say.
Yeah.
Yes, because right now in the UK, I heard they have this, what do they call them? Something Nigerian Association Women.
Ooh.
Yeah, we have
Once you come in, they will tell you, you see this your husband, no give her chance.
Now you the rock down.
Yes, now we they run down, no give your husband chance. So now, this woman starts saying, really? So I can really have a say in this marriage.
Wow.
So if is that kind of woman that's easily influenced, she will change.
Otila.
And the man will now be like, you're not the same person.
But is it possible that there are lots of marriages that have cracks in Nigeria that are simply amplified when they leave the country?
Yes.
Because it might not necessarily be that you have a fantastic marriage that becomes
In
problematic.
Nigeria, they are enduring. Do you
Endurance.
understand? But abroad, you don't get to endure again. You're free. Don't get me wrong. There are still
Decent marriages.
yes,
Of course.
a lot. But we are talking of the one that have crashed as a result of Japa.
Beyond.
I hear that once you japa, they had to marry or to find woman to find husband. I should ask you. No, I hear that it's very difficult to find life partners.
Okay, let me. Sorry,
yeah.
I'm cutting you short. There are many things that made UK to stop dependence. Last year, you will see a man who travel without his wife. Then, because they want to bring in somebody, and because the person have to pay you, they will now pay him to be the husband, just to bring up the other person. But your real wife is in Nigeria.
So it became a business, a business route.
It became a business.
So that's really why.
Siblings will do marriage.
Arrange.
I don't know if I'm to say this.
Please say it. Straight to the point. Is it not the name of the show? Straight to the point.
Okay. Siblings will act as couples just for them to travel abroad. They will come to me, Sister Linda, can you? I said, I don't do this. I can only process for real husband and wife.
Because it's a fraud.
Yes. And they will go to another place and they will do it. Then in the area of the children, fine, education abroad is fine for the children. I think they don't get to pay school fees.
Some of them.
That's a good side. Your children is raised in a more free society. It can have the bad side, it can have the good side. The good side will be more exposed than the bad side. Sometimes children do not have respect for parents anymore. If you try to beat them, they call 911 on you.
Tell their teachers.
They will come back. Like I have a friend. She told me that her daughter came back from school one day and was like, Mommy, can you take me for shopping? The mother said, okay. But do you know what I want you to buy for me? The mother said, what? I want you to buy boys' clothing for me.
Why?
The mother said, why? She said, I'm no longer comfortable in girls' clothing. Where did you get that idea from? She said, my teacher used to ask any of us, you know you were born a girl? They'll say, yes. Are you comfortable? Do you like being a girl? Do you want to be a boy? You know, they start putting these ideas into children's head from a very tender age.
So so you have a son who travels as a boy and comes back as a lady.
Yes.
Emeka comes back as Amaka.
A
lot of
Emeka turns to the name of our producer is Emeka.
Oh, sorry.
The name of our producer is Emeka turns to Amaka.
A lot of them. So because she's an African woman, her husband too is a no-nonsense. They trashed that baby. They locked her up. They beat her. They told her.
Did she report? They born you where? They born you where? At least
they even threatened her that they are coming to her school to pick up the teacher, which we all know that it will not happen.
Of course.
But the parents immediately had to
nip it at the bud.
Manual research.
Nail it. Put a stop to it. But
Goodness
in a situation whereby some parents will just laugh. Your daughter will tell you that and you will laugh. You say, haha, I beg, that child will change.
Immediately.
Finally, let's talk about the economic implication of Japa. Because, okay, two-pronged. Because when you go to hospitals right now, you like all the doctors and the nurses, they don't go.
Yeah.
They have gone, not that they don't go.
We're left with
no disrespect to the ones we have, yeah, but
we're left with the elderly
yeah.
consultants.
I traveled April, was opportune to receive an award at Westminster Palace in April. And
Touch your horn, brother. Touch your horn. Touch your horn, brother. Go ahead.
So, and I went to a hospital, just wanted to see the GP because I was just having some leg, whatever. And I'm not, let me use Gen Z's language, no cap. All the doctors, they were Nigerians except for one.
Wow.
And I was like, okay. So for once, I looked around and I thought I was in
Nigeria.
Nigeria. And they were like, oh yeah, this is it, how it is here and everything. So I'm not imagining. And they told me, oh, they have an association where they get to meet together, just like she said, meet together, discuss, try to raise awareness and also bring other doctors. So it's a situation where we're having brain drain. So, and then you see some organizations, they are now putting clauses. Is it nurses? Or is it
Yes, nurses. I wanted to ask.
you can't do this, you
Yes.
can't do that. There is much to which you can hold someone.
Yeah.
If as a nurse, say for instance, just give an example, I have a friend that is a nurse and she's finished her degree. I know back in the days, we used to have opportunity to send nurses abroad. They do whatever their studies and everything, work very well, and then
And come back.
But nothing stops that.
Yeah, but
I understand that.
if you go, you will come back. You see, so these are some of the issues, as a matter of fact, because I wanted to talk about that a little bit. Like, what are your thoughts on it? I know human rights wise is not right, but when you look at the fact that when you enter a basic hospital, you can't find anyone. They train here and they leave. Some people might say, if you keep allowing that, we will probably have no people, no experts in the medical sector or in any sector at all. Because as far as you're smart, everybody wants to jackpot. Finally, I asked you a question you refused to. I asked you a question that you refused to answer.
I refuse.
Yes, you glossed over it. I thought I was going to forget, but I'm not going to forget. So we're rounding up the show with this. How hard is it to find love abroad?
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard, but it's also hard. So it depends on the community where you find yourself or the city where you find yourself. But if you genuinely show yourself to whoever it is on the opposite gender, or those that want to go from, like I said, America to America, if you genuinely show yourself, definitely there's no way you will not find love. So it's not really that difficult. It's just us that go with our Nigerian, should I say, high-handedness expectation.
Which is?
Oh,
You marry for papers.
thank you.
They don't finish talking. Like, that was nail on the head. Because I saw a video where a man wanted to talk to a lady, and then the lady said, so what do you do? And he said, oh, I just came into the country 3 weeks ago. And you're talking to me. You're talking to me. It's like, yeah, but you liked me until I told you, but please, I didn't come here to suffer. And she walked away. Like, literally, because get levels. We're not talking. Please let us have your thoughts in the comment section about all of the things that we have been talking about. I mean, this Japa matter. I know if you, as you're watching, you're probably thinking, should I Japa now or should I not? But I hope some of the conversations that we have had here will help you make a very realistic decision and have realistic expectations. A big thank you to you, Arthur.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Linda. You guys are incredible. Please subscribe to this particular page because there's a lot of information right here for you, and put on the notification button. My name is Gloria. Stay right here.